Hey, you guys. It's Wednesday. It's that time. Yes, it is. All right, come on in, come on in, come on in. We are hanging out tonight on this Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Oh man, I missed you guys yesterday. I'm sorry. I was so super tired. I had a long day, so I wasn't able to get on yesterday. But tonight is our special night. This is our night where we always get on. So I was like, all right, tonight it's going down. I got to get on. So here I am. All right. So come on in, come on in. You know how we do. Say hi in the comment section, put an emoji down there so I'll know you're here. Because otherwise, I can't see you. I can't see who's here. And, sometimes it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you're not answering back. But I like to know who's on and who's hanging with me, because it's no fun hanging by myself. So I need some of y'all to say hey, say hi, you know, give me a shout out or something. Put it in the comment section so I know you're here. And then go ahead and tag a friend because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And I always bring you the good info and you want to share it with your friends. So go ahead and tag a friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so we got some stuff to talk about tonight. If you saw the title of tonight's live, it was Yes, No, Maybe. It's complicated. So we are going to be talking about a couple things tonight. So you'll see. It'll be good. It'll be fun. Oh, hey, Dr. Taniqua. Thank you for jumping on. So glad you're here. Yeah, it's July 1st, the beginning of the month. Tonight I'm in a different environment. I'm in my car because I had to get out of the house. So I was like, well, let me go down to the car because we still are sheltering in place. Stuff is still not where we need it to be, where this pandemic is concerned. So I'm like, all right, well, where can I go that's still safe, but I can get out of the house? So I came down to the car. I got my mask. So, from the car back up to the house and all that stuff, I'm gonna be safe. But I can't walk around and talk about the things that I gotta talk about. So I gotta come to the car because otherwise, I would have taken a walk around the neighborhood or something like that. So here we are. Here we are. All right. All right. So yeah. So it's July 1st. You got people who, well, in my neck of the woods, we've got you know new interns starting because it's July 1st and they just graduated from medical school and they are coming on and working in the hospital and all that stuff. And so it's an exciting time. It's also the midpoint of the year. I know probably for a lot of people 2020 has not turned out in any way, shape, or form how we thought it was going to be. But we've made it 6 months in. We're at the halfway point and we're still here. We're still alive. So I want to celebrate that first and foremost. We are still here. We're still alive. I want to give a shout out to the new interns who have started today on this path, this journey of being, a full-fledged doctor in the hospitals, in the clinics. Uh-oh, we lost our light. In the hospitals, in the clinics, doing all their stuff, doing all the stuff, right? Right. So I just want to say hey to those people. Oh, and hey Diane, thank you for jumping on. Hey Judy, so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you, girl. How is it out there in Rochester? I miss you so much. I miss you guys. We had so much fun. So much fun, especially those late nights. Because I was in residency in Rochester, New York. So me and Judy, we go way back. We go way back. Yeah. All right. So With that being said, like I said, tag a friend. If you know somebody who needs to have, this type of information, go ahead and tag a friend and let them jump on so they can hear what we're going to talk about tonight too, because it's important. It's important. It's important. And so, by the title, you may have thought, okay, are we talking about consent in terms of yes, no, maybe, stuff like that, right? And I guess in a way we are talking about consent. But what I wanted to talk about tonight was something called a yes, no, maybe list. Okay. And so this particular list, it's a tool that you can use to kind of change things up in the bedroom if you want to. You can use this list to be the starting point for something different, right? Right. Because a lot of times, we get stuck in our routines and we keep doing, kind of the same thing over and over again, and it can get boring and it can make it not as exciting anymore. And then, if it's not exciting, it's like, well, why even do it? That's one of the questions I have. If it's not bringing you joy, if it's not bringing you pleasure, then why do it? So I wanted to give you a tool that you could use, something simple, something easy, that could start some conversations and help you to be able to have some say, if I can put it that way, have some input and some say into what's going on, what's happening, so that you can get back to enjoying sex again. Because, you know, that's my goal for you. That's my main passion. And, you know who I am. I'm Dr. Brandye. I'm board certified OBGYN, #1 Amazon best-selling author of my book, My Oh My, A Committed Woman's Guide to Getting the Great Sex She Deserves. And I am your sex and pleasure coach. So I teach women how to feel good in and out of the bedroom. And I teach women how to get their sexy back. So I'm always, if I can bring you a tool, if I can bring you something that's going to help things to be better in the bedroom, take it up a notch, up level. If we want to level up, level up. Like Sierra said, level up. I'm going to bring it to you. So that's what we're doing tonight. Hey, Dr. O'Marine, thanks for jumping on. So glad to see you. So we're going to talk about the yes, no, maybe list tonight. And we are going to have a great time. Dr. O'Marine says, how do I get your book? So my book you can get at myohmybook.com, and it's MYOMYBOOK.com. And you can go there and get a copy, get an autographed copy of my book, because I love you guys. And I'll put a little note in there, a little love note in there. So go to myohmybook.com and you can get your copy of my book. All right, so tonight's lesson, yes, no, maybe. All right, so this list is, well, you can have it as a list, and we'll talk about it as a list, but you can also use that type of a structure for just like one single thing, right? So what we want to think about is, what are the things that you might enjoy when it comes to sex, right? So it can be something as simple as, do I want to have a blindfold? Do I want to try, with something with a blindfold and just, take away one of those senses, see if my other senses are heightened? It can be something as simple as that. And, you ask your partner, how do you feel about that? Would you like to try that? Either with yourself wearing the blindfold or, asking your partner, do they want to, could you put a blindfold on them and see how it goes? And, depending on the answer, then definitely if you are putting it out there and you say, that's what I want to do, and then your partner says yes, then you have an opportunity to do something different and to try something new. Now, if your partner says no, you know, that still doesn't mean that things break down and that it's like, okay, well, it's a no. Nor does it mean that you got to convince your partner to try something that they, don't want to do. But you can ask some questions, like, hey, what about that doesn't appeal to you? Like, what don't you want to do? Why don't you want to do that? Because sometimes it can be, things around traumas that people have had. It can be things around, phobias and fears that people have. And then it can just be preference, you never know. So you gotta, this type of a tool is made for you to be able to have conversations, because that's the most important thing. Communication. You've got to communicate, and it's helpful to have some tools with which to do that, because they don't teach us all of this stuff in school. They don't teach us about relationships and how to have relationships and how to make that work and how to have these types of conversations. There's some information about, having conversations in my field, in my neck of the woods, as far as, like talking about sexually transmitted infections and your sexual history and who you've been, intimate with and things like that. But when it comes down to kind of the nitty gritty, okay, let's talk about what we will engage in together. Let's talk about, some of the things that, I don't want to do, or maybe you don't want to do. That can create some tension. One, if we're not talking about it. Two, if we're talking about it, but, we're all in our feelings about it and we can't have a calm conversation about it. So Diane said, no is not now. Well, in certain cases, Diane, yes, it is not now, but not in other cases. Sometimes it is, a hard no. So, the list of potential things that you are open to doing is your personal list and your personal preference. And so, I've seen lists that have something as simple as, just having what we call vanilla sex in the industry. And vanilla sex is just penile vaginal intercourse, typically in a missionary position. So with the woman laying on her back and the man on top. And, that's typically considered vanilla sex. And when someone wants just vanilla sex, and because if it's not happening, if somebody's like, can we just have vanilla sex? I'd like to just have sex. Yeah, that's good, right? And the answer can be yes, no, maybe. But I've seen things go all the way up to, can we have a threesome? Can we swing? Are we having polyamory and we have an open relationship? So there are so many different levels to it that sometimes, Diane, no is actually just no, and it's not now. The point I wanted to make was that if somebody says no, you respect that, but you also, you want to try to understand what's behind that no. Because sometimes it's not something that has anything to do with the relationship that you and that person is in. And it could be a point of communication about something that could have implications for the overall relationship, not just for that specific point about sex. And that's important because, the reason that I say that I teach women how to feel good in and out of the bedroom is because although there may be stuff happening in the bedroom, there's definitely stuff happening outside of the bedroom that influences inside the bedroom. And sometimes there are things that show up in the bedroom that are actually symptoms of stuff that's happening outside of the bedroom. So it kind of goes both ways. And that's part of why I do what I do. And when I work with patients, I work with clients, I tell them, it's important that we talk about not only what's happening with the sex part, but what's happening in the grand scheme of things, what's happening overall, because all of that is connected and all of that can impact how much pleasure you have, how much pleasure you are able to receive. And we want to have our maximum pleasure. So we got to look at all of that stuff. So that's why it's important to have those conversations and talk about things. And if you're shy, because sometimes it can be uncomfortable. It can be a little awkward to talk about things like, okay, can I have oral sex? Can we do anal sex? Can we use toys? Can we, add some, lubricants that warm or tingle? Just simple things like that, all the way up to, okay, well, can I tie you up and spank you? Is it okay if I play with your feet, play with your toes? Those are all things that can go on a yes, no, maybe list. And if you want to kind of turn it into a bigger discussion, actually write out a list. Write out a list. And you have your list, your copy, your partner has their copy, and then you both go through and, check off yes, no, maybe. Hey, BB, thank you for jumping on. So good to see you. We are just having a discussion about yes, no, maybe, and what that looks like when it comes to the bedroom. Now, I know, I am showing my age by saying this, but do y'all remember when we were younger in school and, you had those notes that would get passed and the boys would give it to the girls and be like, do you like me? Yes, no, maybe, with the boxes on it. It'd be like, do you like me? Or will you go out with me? Check yes, check no. Exactly, BB, exactly. So that's kind of what this is reminiscent of, because you are saying what you like, what you don't like, or it's a maybe, and you might be willing to try it under certain circumstances. So you are opening up the lines of communication. Hey, Dr. Zakia, thanks for jumping on. So glad that you are here. So yeah, so that was what I wanted to talk about tonight, because I thought it was important to talk to you about a way to kind of level up when it comes to your sex life and being able to have a tool to discuss new things that you may want to try, new things that, maybe are intriguing you and you want to see if your partner is open to that. So just that yes, no, maybe. Now, if you are not in a relationship right now, or if you really don't know kind of what it is that you are interested in terms of, taking things to the next level, then you can start a yes, no, maybe list for yourself and just go through the list and like, yeah, I might do that. Or if it's a maybe, it's like, maybe if it's the right person and this is right, the moon is in the right quadrant on the astrological charts. It's not a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse or anything like that, but it's a tool that you can use to get to know yourself and to get to know your partner better. And, if you want to take things up a notch, you can use that to start the conversation so it doesn't seem so awkward and so hard, because it can be hard to talk about sex sometimes. It's not hard for me, because y'all know, if you've been following me for any length of time, that's my favorite subject to talk about. So I like to know about new tools so I can bring them to you. But yeah, I don't have a problem talking about sex. We talk about that all day, every day, all day, every day. Okay? All right. All right. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that's a good tool? Will you be using it? Do you want to, talk about how to put together a list? I think that would be awesome. And definitely, if you want some help with putting together that list, then get on my schedule. I have some time this week, so go ahead and get on my schedule, drbrandyeobgyn.com. Get your 20-minute session in, and we will strategize and we'll put together a list for you so that you can either learn what you like or you can learn how to have that conversation with your partner and learn how you can, level up. Level up. Right? Right. All right, guys. Well, I have got to get out of here and go get some dinner. My child is hungry. I got to go get some food for us. But it was so good to hang out with you. Hey, Dr. Mashika, thanks for jumping on. Please go back and catch the replay. And definitely, if you are catching this on the replay, hit hashtag replay so I know that you were here and you were taking a look at what we got. See, that's the light in the car is telling me that's it. That's all. It's time to go. But yeah, so I'm so glad that we got to hang out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Happy hump day. And I will talk with you soon. All right. All right. Dr. Zakia said, bye. Yes, go eat. Girl, I'm about to go eat. I'm about to go eat. I got to take care of myself. All right. So thank you all for jumping on. Dr. Zakia, Dr. Mashika, Dr. Taniqua, BB, thanks for jumping on. So good to see you again. Thanks, Diane, for jumping on. Thank you, Dr. Omarine. Thank you, Judy. So good to see you as well. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so you know who I am. I'm Dr. Brandye, board certified OBGYN, Amazon #1 best-selling author, and I am your sex and pleasure coach, and I teach you how to get your sexy back and how to feel good in and out of the bedroom. All right, so I will talk with you soon. Bye.